Let's be real for a second. Have you ever had one of those days at work where it feels like you're the only one trying to steer the ship and everyone else is just along for the ride, or worse, actively poking holes in the boat? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you're in exactly the right place. Think of this as a personal strategic audit, a little survival quiz to help you figure out how to handle a workplace that's, well, kind of a mess. And that's it, isn't it? That's the moment it all clicks. It's this gut punch realization when you see the problem isn't just one bad project or one difficult person. The system itself is broken. If this quote hits home for you, then stick around because we're going to unpack exactly what to do when you find yourself in that situation.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We've got 5 stages. First, we'll actually name the problem and look at what this dysfunction really is. Then we're going to hold up a mirror to how you first react. After that, we'll get into the good stuff, building your own little competence bubble. Then the long game, your exit strategy. And finally, and this is the big one, we'll ask what this environment is turning you into. It's going to be a revealing journey.
Now, let me be super clear from the get-go. This is not about complaining. This is a strategy session. We're moving past the venting phase and into conscious, deliberate choices. This is all about taking back some control and protecting your career, your sanity, and who you are as a professional, especially when it feels like the system is working against you.
These 3 questions right here. This is the invisible work you're doing every single day. What do you put your energy into fixing? What nonsense do you just have to tolerate to get through the day? And what, your work, your team, your reputation, do you absolutely protect? The answers you choose, consciously or not, are defining your career. Let's make sure they're conscious choices.
All right, let's get into it. Time for our first diagnostic. We're starting with your gut reaction. You know, that first instinct you have when things go sideways. It tells us a ton about your default survival mode. So let's get specific. Think about the last time something at work was obviously totally broken. Maybe a key process failed again, or leadership announced another brilliant new priority that completely contradicted last week's brilliant new priority. In that moment, what did you do? What was your go-to move? So, which one of these feels most like you? Are you A, the hero trying to single-handedly save the day? Are you B, the commentator, providing a running play-by-play of the disaster to anyone who will listen? Maybe you're C, the fortress builder, just focused on protecting your own area. Or are you D, the ostrich, with your head buried firmly in the sand? And this is why that choice is so important. See, option C, protecting your own work, is the real power move here. It's about conserving your energy. It's about establishing boundaries. The others, they're traps. Trying to fix everything is a fast track to burnout. And complaining or pretending nothing's wrong, you just end up becoming part of the problem. So we've covered defense, but survival isn't just about blocking the chaos, right? It's about actually creating a space where you can still do good, meaningful work. Let's talk about going on offense. This brings us to a really critical question. In a place with a lot of problems, you simply can't fight every battle. You'll burn out. Your energy is your most valuable resource. So how do you decide which fights are actually worth your time? What's your style here? Are you the righteous crusader fighting for every single issue? Are you the cool-headed strategist, only engaging when it's tied to a real business outcome? Are you the emotional reactor, fighting whatever bugged you most that morning? Or are you the weary soldier who's just given up the fight? The key idea here is political capital. Think of it like this. You only have so many chips to cash in. Option B is the definition of being strategic. You're not being passive. You're being smart. You're saving your energy and your influence for the fights that actually matter, which keeps you effective instead of just exhausted. Okay, let's zoom in on your immediate world. I want you to picture your team, your projects, the stuff you are directly responsible for. Be brutally honest with yourself. On a day-to-day basis, what's the reality on the ground for you? So if you looked at your little corner of the company and said, you know what, my team gets things done, my projects run smoothly, then you, my friend, have created a bubble of competence. And that is an incredible achievement. It's your sanctuary, your fortress, and honestly, it's the most powerful way to prove your value when everything around you is chaotic. So you've built your bubble, you're protecting your work. That's fantastic. But those are survival tactics for the here and now. We have to zoom out and think about the long game. And that means we have to talk about an exit strategy. Now, this is where things can get a little personal. This is a tough question because it's tangled up with feelings of loyalty, fear, maybe even your own identity.
So just take a second and be honest with yourself. How do you really feel about the idea of leaving your job? Where do you fall on this spectrum? Are you the loyal captain planning to go down with the ship? Are you the daydreamer, always thinking about leaving, but never actually doing anything about it? Are you the savvy strategist, quietly updating your LinkedIn and taking calls? Or are you the ghost, who emotionally checked out a long, long time ago? Let's be really, really clear about this. Quietly building your options, whether that's networking, learning a new skill, whatever, that is not disloyal. It is the ultimate act of professional self-respect. It gives you power, it protects your mental health, and it puts you back in charge of your own career. And here we are, the final and I think most important section of our audit. It's time to turn the lens all the way inward. We have to ask the really tough question. How is this place fundamentally changing who you are as a person and as a professional? Because make no mistake, your environment will change you. The only question is how. When you're in the thick of it, dealing with the daily frustrations, who do you become? Do you become cynical, just rolling your eyes at everything? Do you find yourself angry all the time? Have you become strategic, navigating the chaos like a chess game? Or have you just gone numb, clocking in and clocking out without feeling much of anything? 3 of those are dead ends. Only one keeps you moving forward. So let's tally the results. If you looked back at your answers and saw a lot of the strategic choices, the C options, then honestly, give yourself a pat on the back. You are doing it. You are skillfully navigating a minefield, and you haven't let it blow you up. That's a huge win. But if your answers were scattered across burnout and anger and just checking out, then please see this as a warning sign. It means the dysfunction isn't just something you're putting up with anymore, it's actively reshaping you. And really, that's what it all comes down to. You probably can't fix the entire system all by yourself, but you have 100% control over whether you let that system break you. You get to decide what you protect, what you tolerate, and ultimately who you want to be. The only question left is, what are you going to choose?